Dear sisters, peace be with you. This, as I am concluding, I am leading you to the sacrament of reconciliation. It may not be auricular confessional reconciliation, but rather you have to reconcile yourself with God, with one another, with your inner self, with your community, and with the society at large. So, some of the characteristics that disturbs us, disturbs others, we will discuss. It's only one aspect I'm touching. There are so many other aspects will be given to you gradually in the preparation for the reconciliation. So we'll discuss how we play games in the religious life, in our daily life, and which will lead you to reconcile and change. The one character is the sister most perfect. She's an intelligent and dominating person. This particular sister, this particular character, she wants everyone to follow her direction to the last detail. Gets upset when she herself is failing. Often belittles others. Overtly perfectionist. Expects order, punctuality, neatness everywhere. She creates problems for herself and for others. This is a particular character. In case you are there, change. Don't think, oh, this particular character fits with that sister, this sister. That's not the way. You accept if it is yours, change. Sister, touch me not. This particular character is oversensitive. She becomes sad or weeps as soon as she hears a comment against her. She sulks and she is shy. She does not speak problems openly. Bottled up tensions, lot of depression, pours out at one opportune time everything. Very passive, but suddenly she becomes aggressive. Become fidgety when her mistakes are pointed out. She will not participate fully in the life of the community and feels very much jealous to those who do such things. The third character, ever pleasing, sister ever pleasing. She doesn't know how to say no, goes on telling yes, yes sister, yes mother, yes sister, always. Feels others will be offended when she disagrees. She suffers silently, weeps alone, nobody can make out. She feels suffocated, exhausted with the work, but she won't express it. She justifies that it is better to suffer than to refuse. She feels burnt out. She feels happy when others take advantage of her and they ridicule her publicly. The fourth one, sister carry me around. She is over dependent on others. She cannot take decision by herself. She wants attention. She is childish and feels to cry. She wants her desires fulfilled instantaneously. She gets angry for anything and everything. She wants to be under the mantle of the authorities. She wants to please them always. And easily people take advantage of such character. Sister good for nothing. This particular character's type of sister tends to think that she is only a worm, not competent, not lovable. She is always sad and depressed. She always compares herself with others and makes herself more miserable. She shrinks from responsibilities. She dislikes appreciation, finds difficult to congratulate others. She feels disappointed and annoyed. Sister boiling pot. Yes. She remembers and registers in the mind all grudges. She broods over them and reminds them to others. She is ever complaining and unsatisfied in everything. She uses this phrase in her mind. Now I have got you, son of a bitch, a daughter of a bitch. Everything in the mind. Fully rude. She uses rude language, tense in the facial expression, and abuses others. Sister Savior is another character. She has answer for everything. She wants everyone to consult her. She underestimates things done without her knowledge. She intellectualizes a human problem and speaks much and listens less. She immediately jumps into premature conclusions. She advises even though advice is never asked of her. Sisters, now you can take the page number 12 on reconciliation, the areas that need immediate attention to reconcile. There are two things you have to give up because they are blocking you. What are the things you have to give up in personal character? You remember what it is, where it is usually seen, with whom it is coming out, when it is done, and how it is done. And two areas that has to be given up in your spiritual life. You also have what is intrapersonal relationship within yourself. There are two things you have to give up. Fourth one, interpersonal relationship. Fifth one, in your community. In every level, you have to give up two things. What are they? And also my given apostolate in my congregation. In your apostolate, is there anything not going well? And seventh one, focus on your charism of the congregation. Fifth one, about your own talents, personal talents, how these things can be done. So these are the areas where we have to go deep into specific details of your actual problems that keeps you unwanted, unfit, unreliable. Gracefully and humbly accept your status and bring out your issues concretely. Dear sisters, I also want to lead you to the sacrament of reconciliation. Take 1/4 of your paper and remember something very important, unique in your life. And take the paper, I laid you into a meditation now. Take 1/4 of the paper and write in it certain question that I give you. And go on asking the question in front of Jesus, in front of your own inner self, repeatedly. And then I write it down in the paper. These papers will be burnt just before the adoration, blessing, Eucharistic blessing this evening. And you will find a tremendous power that will burn in a small pot there. So take 1/4 of the paper and just enter into meditation. I lead you the first question into meditation and feel with it, and then you start writing the answer. In your entire personal life, you have got so many problems. What is the unforgettable problem that you're repeatedly doing again and again in your personal life? Your personal character. What is the two special characters in your life that you are not happy with yourself? In your personal life, in your personal character, just close your eyes and find out what are the two dominant negative characters that are really killing you, disturbing you, blocking your growth, not allowing you at all, and what it is. It is only apparently visible. You know the character. You know the negative character about your personal life. Write it down. These are the two important negative characters you are carrying out. And what is the root cause? What is the root cause for these negative characters? Write it that also. So the first question is two dominant negative characters. One, in your personal life. Second, in your interpersonal relationship. In your one-to-one relationship, what is the main block that you are creating every time with your relationship with the other sisters? with other persons, one to one, is man or woman, whatever be the thing. What is the two dominant negative characters, negative things that you are having blocks in your relationship with one another person, one to one relationship? Third aspect is community. In your community life, what two things are really not going well with you? You have to stop it. If you stop, the community will be happy and you will be happy with your community. What two negatives you are carrying always in your community life? Fourth one, in your apostolate, what are the two negative things you are depicting in your lifestyle? If you are a medical practitioner, if you are a teacher, if that is your apostolate, what is the thing that is not going well in your apostolate? That particular medical apostolate or social apostolate or educational apostolate or administrative or formation, whatever be your apostolate, what two things is not fitting at all in your apostolate? And also your own convictions, your entire life. If you got anything in your entire life, certain core issues repeatedly disturbing you, remember it, what it is. Ask the pardon of the Lord. Sisters, remember, today you will be spending your most of your time in front of the Blessed Sacrament. From now on, the Blessed Sacrament will be exposed, and you remember, you sit in your own place, take the paper with you, take a small paper with you, take a pen with you, in your notebook also. Go on writing. That's just two things. What is important? Not writing. Just feel within you. Enter into your feelings and experience of that negativity dominating and killing you. That you have to change. You need to come back to Jesus. You need to come back to the Lord. You need to come back to get the power from God. And He is there in front of you. There will be a chair in front of the Blessed Sacrament, sisters. If you want, you can go and sit in front of the Blessed Sacrament, hold the Blessed Sacrament, the monstrance with your hand. Just kneel down or sit down face to face, look at Jesus and ask with the tears in your eyes. Remember, sisters, pray with the tears in your eye. Today let there be tears coming from your eye because you want to change. You want to ask Jesus to touch your heart, touch your life, touch your character, touch your apostolate, touch your behaviors, touch your relationship, touch your way in your community. In every level, something has gone wrong somewhere and you have become the culprit. You have been a destructive force here. You need to change and you are going to get the power of the Lord today. Sister, get the power. 1 or 2 minutes, sit in front of Jesus. You can even kneel down. Hold on to the Eucharistic Lord and pray with the tears. Sister, you will see a miraculous change. If you have got, even if there is any problem with your physical problem, illness, you will see God touching your heart, God blessing you, God curing you. I have come across during this type of reconciliation ceremonies, there are so many lay people and religious people have got healing power. Once in Saudi Arabia, I was giving this reconciliation, and after some 250 men were coming for confession. Of course, there were also women. After that, I told them during the confession, I said, after the confession, you go and sit in your chair in front of Jesus, face to face like a friend, because Moses was sitting like that, face to face like a friend, and talking to him, receiving the power from God directly. The same way today, you have got a special, rare opportunity to sit in front of Jesus as a friend and touch him. Open your eyes and look at him. When I told something like this, in Saudi Arabia, one young man, he went for a job, he came, he got a job, he went for some other thing, but office work, he was given a driving job. He never knew driving, but he became driver. Every day 8 hours he has to drive, and then what happened, he has got a back pain, severe back pain. He wrote a letter of resignation, then he came for the mass. He never went for confession. He said 15 years since he made for confession, since more than 5 years since he came to the church. Sisters, He came that day and he attended. He participated in the Mass. He came for confession. He went and sat in front of the Eucharist after the confession, knelt down and asked his blessing and went back. Sister, he told me, Father, a miracle took place in my life. As I got up from the chair, I felt suddenly a release of my body. Completely gone. The pain with which I suffered, for which I wrote a resignation letter, I wanted to get back from Saudi Arabia to India, I kept there and came. But now I received completely all right. Completely all right. Then he came after the Mass. He came and told openly to all the people, my dear friends, I got a miraculous cure today. Jesus touched my life. Sister, today it's your turn. You will be touched. You will get the power of God. You will get the power of the Holy Spirit. You will get the healing power of Jesus. There was a time in an adoration monastery, a particular sister had always the varicose veins problem. Morning she cannot get up. Every time problem, every day problem. Every day she was suffering a lot. She could not get up on time and go for prayer. And with this particular confession, that was the last day for her. She has no pain. Complete cure of the varicose veins problem. Sister, if others can get the miraculous power of healing, how is that you are not getting? You will get. You are getting. You are getting. Above all this physical miracle, you will find an emotional miracle taking place to you, a relationship miracle taking place to you, a character change that is taking place in you. Believe. Believe in Jesus touching you. Believe in the miraculous power of your life. Change your life. Take this paper and go and sit with you. Towards the end, you will be a blessed sacrament. Adoration will be there whole day, and you will get cured of your illness. God bless you, sister. God bless you. Get reconciled. You will find when you feel like weeping, weep with tears. God will listen to your cry. God will listen to you. He will bless you. He will give you a new life. God bless you. God give you a new life. Amen.